Welcome to the profiq Chat, where we talk about topics such as software development, QA, technology, working remote, and life at profiq. Today our chat is about how to find and keep skilled QA software engineers. Hi, I'm Anka Corbin. I'm here in the US, and with me today is profiq CEO Gabor Puhalla, and he's in the Czech Republic. Hi, Gabor. It's really nice to see you.
Hi, Anka. Good to see you.
So let's talk a little bit about QA software engineers. You know, when I look at job sites, I imagine you've seen this too. You'll notice there's a lot of openings for software QA engineers. Why is that?
Well, QA is a critical part of delivering high quality software, and software companies know that. So they are looking for highly skilled QA engineers, or more specifically test engineers. And this is a job that's difficult to fill. It is difficult to find good QA professionals on the market. So I guess that's the reason why you see so many openings on the web.
Why is it so hard to find the skill level that companies are seeking?
Well, partially it is because I think there is a shortage of highly skilled IT professionals on the market. So that's one of the reasons. And that directly affects QA too. The other one is, I think QA is a position that is a bit more difficult to fill than, for example, a programmer or developer position. One of the reasons is that people who studied computer science, they don't necessarily think about QA as a career path for themselves. So we're trying to find students, and we are trying to find people out of the college who could fit the position and work with them to develop a career and also an appreciation for the role.
Interesting. When you're looking for these potential, QA software engineers, are there special skills and personality characteristics that you're considering? Like, what are you looking for when you're trying to hire people?
So this is a topic that I think we could talk about maybe for a day. It is so interesting, and opinions differ on this. But when you are working for software companies typically appreciate two kinds of skills: hard skills and soft skills. And when it comes to hard skills, specifically technical skills in QA, and those technical skills depend on the project that you are assigned to. So I think there is no one formula that would fit all, but generally I think it's very useful if you're good at least in one operating system, more than on the user level. And if you know at least one programming language very well, if you are a good programmer, if you know one well, then chances are you will be able to find your way when you're looking at the code of others that you might need to see and analyze. So a part of that, a part of hard skills, soft skills are very important too. And so I could probably list 10, 20, 30 skills that can be useful for a QA engineer, but some of the most important are curiosity. So we receive new functionality and new products on an everyday basis, and we need to be able to understand those products and those features. And I think people who are curious have a good chance to understand them very well. I think we need to be open-minded. So when we have a new feature, we can actually evaluate it from different angles. For example, looking at it from the perspective of different types of users. So being open-minded helps. Critical thinking is good too. So sometimes it's just easy to follow test specifications. On the other hand, it is good if you are able to question them, if you are able to propose new ways of working with the software and new ways of testing the software. And I think communication skills, those are very critical too, because the objective of our work is to find information, is to collect information about the product, about the quality of the product. And that information can be really useful if we are able to communicate it to stakeholders who are making decisions based on that information. So communication skills are are definitely key for our position too. So this is in a nutshell. I could really talk about it for a long time, but just very shortly.
So you've got a pretty experienced and deep bench of these test engineers, and sounds like they're pretty complex positions. So how did you find them and attract them to profiq?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, we are trying to find people out of the college, and so that's an important factor of what we are doing. We are building our organization bottom up. So we are hiring fresh grads who studied computer science for technical skill, and we are helping them to grow a career with us. And as they are growing career-wise, they are able to take on more responsibility, do more complex work, and do work that has a higher impact on the organization. And we are doing this for over 7 years already. So you can tell that we have people with over 7 years of experience. Some of them are even have even more experience in cases when we hired externally, or in cases of founders, because we have a QA background too. But the point is we are building an organization on the long run, and so we have QA in our DNA as the organization is growing.
So as you grow these engineers, what are some of the things that you do to develop them, to motivate them, to kind of, expand their skill levels that are somewhat, you obviously have some things that are kind of unique to profiq. So how do you take these young engineers and build them into these, really, really skilled development teams?
Yeah, so I believe that a person can effectively grow and grow in a fast way is if the person has an opportunity to experience. So learning from books, learning on trainings is useful, but I think having an experience is making it complete, making your skill set and the view of your growth complete. So the approach we are taking is people are getting allocated to real projects from day one after they started with profiq. So they and this experience is complemented by books, by trainings, as much as it is necessary. So experience is key. The other one is people can really grow if they have good examples to follow. So leaders are very important. So we, over those years, we developed a group of leaders who are able to lead people by example, to show how to do their job, to help them with in situations that are problematic or eventually difficult to overcome if you're alone. So those are probably the two key things I would mention here.
So your team sticks around for a long time. One of the challenges I think a lot of companies have with developers is longevity, but you haven't seen that at all. What makes profiq so unique? And tell us a little bit about, how do you keep people for so long?
That's correct. So our attrition rate is within 5% for the last seven plus years, and so we don't have a specific approach to test engineers. So we treat test engineers in the same way as we treat software developers or other functions. And I think one of the important facets of our approach is that we are trying to approach our people individually. We're trying to understand. We're investing energy to people management, understanding the strengths and the weaknesses of everyone, and the likes and the dislikes of everyone. So as much as possible, we are allocating people to projects that they like and projects that they are good at, and that increases the chances that they will be successful and increases the chances that they will be happy with what they are doing. it is not always possible, and it's never possible for 100%. But we are trying to do this as much as we can, and I think we are maintaining friendly relationships besides those relationships being professional. So anyone in the company has access to me, and I have access to anyone in the company. We meet each other on the corridor, or we meet each other on the just in office rooms. So I think we have an open culture from that standpoint, which helps too for people to feel part of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are all really, well, one, they're really interesting, and two, I think they're things that others can take and develop inside of their organizations as well. So Gabor, you have a relationship with Ostrava Technical University, and I'm assuming that's one of your great recruiting areas. Tell us a little bit about how that works out and why you chose to be a part of that program.
That's right. We don't only have a relation with the university in Ostrava. We actually have our main engineering office located in the campus of the university. Yeah. And that really helps. So we are in the close proximity of students every day, and people come to us and work for us as interns while they are studying. It is just easy for them to come to the office even during the day. And so ideally, they stay with us for a couple of years before they leave the university, before they finish their studies. And ideally, they decide to stay with us after they left the university. And this is what's happening most of the time.
It's a perfect time, right, to test their abilities and if they're the right fit. And so then I'm assuming that's one of the ways that you can really identify who's going to be potentially a great, QA software engineer.
That's correct. And for them too, to experience us and to see how we work, experience the environment here, and for them to make a good career decision when they finish the university and have to make the big decision.
Absolutely. That seems like a really great way of getting access to really great young talent. Gabor, it was great to chat with you today, and I want to make sure everyone joins us next time on the profiq chat for just more discussions about software, QA, engineering, remote work, and other interesting topics. Gabor, thanks. It was so good to see you.
It was good talking to you. Bye.
Bye.